Welcome back to Switzer. Anyone who has to live with a nagging pain in the neck or the back or the leg would give a leg to lose the pain. Well, Dr. Ross Walker thinks there's a little device that can help you take pain away. And he's joined by David Van Leeuwen, the MD of Painmaster. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right, I'll start with Ross because, you know, you're the cardiologist, celebrity doctor. And I know you and I were playing tennis once and I had a bad back and you said, here, try this.
Yep.
So tell us, why don't you hold it up and tell us what this thing is?
Okay, well, let me say firstly, 7% of Australians suffer some form of chronic pain, whether it's low back pain, arthritis, migraine headaches, abdominal pain, it doesn't. 7%. It's very, very common.
Yeah, right.
And a couple of years back, David approached me with this thing, and I was a bit sceptical until I tried it. I was so impressed I bought the company. No, I haven't done that, and I have no association with the company.
Yeah.
But I use this for a lot of my...
I'll hold up the camera so they can see it. So it's like two little
adhesive patches connected by this wire, and it basically delivers this microcurrent of electricity. You don't feel it, which basically rebalances the nerves, creates more good quality energy. And so not only does it take the pain away, but it also heals the problem as well to some extent. It's not a miracle, but gee, it works.
No, and I remember because we played tennis recently and I had a bad back after not stretching after doing too much exercise, and I was still able to thrash you. So it was...
Oh, no, hang on, that's not true. But you still didn't have a lot of pain during the game.
Exactly. Now, David, where did the idea come from?
Well, the idea, microcurrent therapy is therapy, and it's been around for more than 50 years.
Right.
And about 5 years ago, some Americans said, look, this therapy's working. We need to make this mobile and practical and usable. Yeah. And that's how this was born in this format. So it doesn't need to be prescribed. And so only about 5 years, and as we see it like this.
Yeah. How long does that last for?
That lasts for up to about 300 hours of use, and you can take it on and put it off as you need to. So depending on what you're treating and how much treatment you need, it can last you for up to a couple of months, or if you're using it all the time, a couple of weeks of treatment. Yeah.
Ross, would you recommend if someone's in chronic pain to have it on all the time, or just to have it on when it really is hurting?
They can use it as much as they like.
It doesn't cause a problem?
It doesn't cause any problems at all. And I remember when I was overseas a couple of years ago, and I had one on my back. I had short pants on, just walking around a place.
Great look, yeah.
That was a tremendous look. But my knee started to kill me, so I thought I'd forget it. I just took it off my back, put it on the knee, and was able to walk without any pain back to the hotel. Yeah. And I was hobbling like an old man. Yeah. This stopped it. So
okay. And David, is the principle? Cause I know when I go to the physio, they'll use heat and they'll use things like this, very powerful. Is it the same sort of principle that it gets the blood flowing? Is that the point?
Look, at a simple level, it helps with circulation. In simple speed, the easiest way to explain what it's doing is it's a drug-free anti-inflammatory. So what it's really doing is helping to stop the inflammation that's going on around your nerves. And that's what's causing you the pain. But that takes a little while to happen, which is why, unlike things that you might be using at the physio, which are great short-term for those really acute pains, this is really long-term. This is really about what you can use on an ongoing basis. So that's really the difference.
Okay. How long has it been going for?
In Australia, only about 18 months.
Okay. And where do people access it?
So far in about 520-odd pharmacies around Australia.
Okay, so the pharmacies are supporting it?
They're starting to get on board. It's different for them as well, you know, and different things in our market that sometimes can be a bit tough to get the message through. Okay. People are kind of used to quick fixes and take another pill, and that's not what this is.
Well, Ross, one of the things you do when stuff like this comes along, you test it out and you talk about the pros and the cons. Sure. Are there cons with this?
Oh, look, I think
the pros are fantastic, obviously.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is some people can have a bit of a skin reaction to it. If I leave it on for too long, my skin gets a little bit itchy, but that's very, very occasional. And I've had a lot of friends, like yourself, who I've given this to, who've had a great response to it. So, and it lasts for 300 hours. And if they go to the chemist or the pharmacist and they say, we can't get it, tell them there's a little thing called Google. If you Google Painmaster, it's not difficult.
Have you had support from the medical fraternity? Do they like the idea of it?
The medical fraternity, look, they're our toughest market, I guess.
A bit sceptical, are they?
A bit sceptical. Look, as I was a sceptic, you know, Ross said before, you know, I wanted to buy the company. I found this. I had chronic pain for 25 years and thought this can't possibly do anything. And it does. So, yes, the medical fraternity are sceptical. That's why we're talking about the public.
Sceptical until we see some good evidence. But, again, because this is harmless, and it does work. If anyone has pain, try it, and if it doesn't work, well, it's fine. But try it and see that it does work, because the vast majority of people I've suggested this for have had benefit from it.
Why is the medical fraternity negative on this, Ross? Like a lot of time we find, but why? What's so wrong with it?
There's a wonderful saying about the medical profession, or science in itself. Science advances funeral by funeral. and to get to people who have conservative thinking, and there's nothing wrong with that to some extent, but for something like this, which is harmless and it works, I think people should be getting on board. Because the point is, when you look at the management of chronic pain at the moment, there are now more deaths per year from overdoses from prescription opioid drugs, narcotics, than there are from heroin. We have a big problem with chronic pain and the treatment of chronic pain, and also the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Good drugs like Voltaren and Brufen and Indocid, drugs like that, Naproxen. People can get problems with their stomach, they can bleed from their stomach, they can get problems with their kidneys.
Because they're often overused, don't they?
Absolutely. Damage the kidneys, put up the blood pressure. This stuff doesn't do any of those things.
How much does it cost?
$40, $45.
Yeah, it's a pretty...
300 hours of pain relief.
Yeah. I know there's a woman I know who had a terrible pain in the neck, but she lost it when she dropped her husband off at the golf club on Saturday night.
That's what I was worried about when you said there's nagging pains in the neck, and we've got Ross Walker again. So.
Ross, here's one question, and my producer asked this. Can someone with, say, rheumatoid arthritis get any benefit from using something like this?
They may get some benefit, and it's so variable. I've had some people who get dreadful arthritis who put the Painmaster on over their wrists or their arms or their knees, and it certainly worked for my knee. Rheumatoid is an inflammatory arthritis, and that where you need more directed therapy.
Yeah.
So this is probably better for the traumatic aches and pains that many of us get.
Yeah.
But still, I've seen people with things like rheumatoid get a benefit.
And I guess some people got some repetitive strain stuff in their wrists and stuff. Putting that on probably gives them a bit of relief as well.
Absolutely, yeah. For neck pain, for lower back pain, for knee pain, shoulder pain. There's a lot, and also Painmaster people are about to release Painmaster for women for premenstrual pain as well. And I've some preliminary work there. There's quite a significant benefit for that.
Well, next time we have a dinner party and you bring the guitar out, I might bring the Painmaster out. No, unfair. Very good guitarist he is. David, thanks for joining us.
Thanks
Ross
for having
Walker,
us.
of course, thanks for joining us. That's the show. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.